Hello, and welcome to the Zodiac Trials. Far and aware, this is a death game with the theme of the Chinese Zodiac. I've played through the intro, so unfortunately this isn't entirely blind, but other than the intro, I know nothing about it, which makes up the rest of the blindness, I guess. So, yeah. Gonna probably do this in half an hour videos, really, just to get this ball rolling. So anyway, time to start. Do you believe in destiny? Yeah. Where did that come from? Just humour me. Do you believe in destiny? I guess that depends on what you mean. Perhaps I should ask in a less obtuse way. Do you believe that your future is fated, bound to happen no matter what? Of course not. The only one in charge of my life is me, and me alone. Well, I for one disagree. The belief that we have any control over what will happen is simply the arrogance of humans. I suppose you can call me a predeterminist. I'm not familiar with that term, or with the term. Basically, it's the belief that since everything in the past already exists, and everything in the world moves on a cause-effect basis, everything in the future has to happen. The world's deck is shuffled, as it were, and all that's left is to deal out the cards one by one. Any semblance of free will that we have, well, it's more of a coping mechanism than anything else. Your genes and history were decided without your input, and like it or not, those two factors really make the decisions. Damn, that's a bleak way of looking at things. I actually think it's a good thing. Whether or not I'm in control of myself, it doesn't really matter to me. I'd easily trade that away for the benefits of predetermination provides. Benefits? Another question. Have you ever heard of Laplace's demon? Actually, saying it that you hadn't even heard of predestination, I suppose the answer is rather obvious. Laplace's demon is a hypothetical created by Simon Laplace in 1814. This demon of his is quite clever. This demon of his is quite the clever creature. It knows the precise location and momentum of every single atom in the whole wide universe. As if that wasn't enough, this demon is so clever that based on the information it has, it can predict with those atoms where they'll go. If this demon really existed, it could accurately recount every single historic event, regardless of its location or time period. And if it existed, it could predict every single thing that is yet to come with 100% accuracy. I'm not seeing these benefits you were talking about. Well, obviously, this example is extreme. This is an extreme example, sorry. But in a more controlled setting, geniuses can function like Laplace's demon. Through careful analysis in the past of cause and effect, probable futures can be gleaned. Think. Humans are no more than fleshy wind-up toys. Think. Peer into the coding, the innermost mechanisms, the clockwork within their minds. Think. Become a demon, play with toys, control the future. So, prehistory, or prologue of what's to come, I guess. The past is deep, so if we know the past, we can guess the future. Damn, my head aches. It's like I can hear a blaring noise, just ringing and ringing and ringing. Make it stop. Shut it up. This noise, it's so real. It is real. Opening my eyes, I find that I can actually see again. Moving my legs, I find that I can actually spread them apart again. The pain in my muscles as I start to stretch out is just a reminder that I'm no longer tied up, no longer blinded and gagged. Apparently, we were kidnapped. The ringing stops, seemingly done its purpose of waking me up. I can see, yet my vision is still obscured. What's the feeling on my face? In an instant, I realised that I was wearing a mask. What the hell? Quickly, I started trying to pull it off. As I struggled with it, I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to remove it, but after a strong yank, the fear subsided. What on earth is this? This is a mouse mask? It is made of a cheap plastic, something you'd find at the bargain bin or a costume shop. There was also no holes for the mouth, or ears, or anything. Just two small ones so you can see through in its big cartoonish eyes, and one in its neck so you can put it over your head. But wait, why was I struggling to yank it off? It was attached to something on my neck. Something's on my neck. The next thing I noticed was the cold metallic heavy necklace that must have been wrapped around my neck. Again, my hands rushed to yank it off, but this time it was to no avail. I couldn't get a good look at it, but something metallic and heavy was strapped around my neck. After the shock of the rapid-fire discoveries and drowsiness of waking me up from my sleep had both worn off, I decided to actually take a look around my surroundings. I appeared to be in a high school classroom. A science classroom, if I had to guess. Based on the skeleton, biology would be the logical guess. What on earth was I doing here? Before I could start thinking about it too much, I realised there was another person in the room with me. Awkwardly getting to his feet. I screamed apparently. Whoa. Who the hell are you? What are you doing? What on earth are you doing here? How the hell should I know? Because you clearly brought me here. What? No, I didn't. Oh, really? Well, that's just what someone who did bring me here would say. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Don't play games with me. I'm waking up with a mask over my head in a random classroom, and you expect me to believe that the guy already in the classroom with me has nothing to do with it. I just woke up here too. In fact, I also woke up with a mask on my head. Look. He showed me what looked to be an maximum. He showed me what looked to be the mask of an ox. It looked to be much in the style of mine. Taking a few breaths to calm myself, I thought through the situation and realised I was being a little quick in judgment to start making accusations. I see. So, you really don't have any idea what's going on right now, do you? None. Judging by the circumstances, I can only guess that currently we're in the same boat. But we're not in a boat, we're in a classroom. Checkmate, mystery man. Let me guess, you were randomly assaulted and kidnapped as well. Yes. Well, yeah, felt like hell too. Last night, I was returning back to my apartment. It was late at night, and I was going up the steps when, before I knew what was going on, I felt a massive shock to my back, and my muscles started spasming out of control. In what felt like an instant, A blindfold was around my eyes and a gag was around my mouth. I had just started to recover from what I assumed was a taser when my hands were tied around my back. From there, as much as I struggled, I was really just along for the ride. I was dragged for a bit, and then I assume I was put into a car or a truck or something. I was on the move for a while. Then I wasn't. I was dragged a bit further. It's hard to tell. I was already tired, and the shock took a lot out of me. It's crazy to believe, given the circumstances, but after a while, I fell asleep. It had been nothing for hours, anyways. I figured if my kidnapper wanted me awake, they'd wake me up. I guess they had. Or I guess they did. Damn it. Who's the person who did this all to me? What gives them the right? Hey, calm down. I get the outrage, but these are the sorts of situations where losing your temper could be deadly. For now, let's just try and figure out what is going on calmly. Thank you, Mr. Mysterious Man. Yeah, you're right. I've got to focus. Breathe in, breathe out. There, that's better. Sorry about all that. I really wasn't acting like myself for a moment there. Totally understandable. Not every day where everyone gets kidnapped. Frankly, it's impressive that you managed to calm down at all. It's a good thing you were here to cool me down. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have. So, first things first. Should we make introductions, right? Hold on. Huh? Considering the circumstances, giving out our names might not be the best idea. Oh, why? Well, think about it. We know nothing about each other. We know nothing about where we are. We know nothing about why we're here. That didn't answer my question. Look, I'm not saying I'm certain it's a bad idea, or anything. I'm just saying that there's a chance that we're being monitored or something, and saying our names could backfire somehow. What does that matter? If we're being monitored, it's probably by the people who kidnapped us. In that case, they should already know our names. Probably. But there is a reason. Is there a reason to even risk it? I don't see the use of exchanging names. The use is so we can actually call each other by name instead of just saying, "Hey you." Well, if that's the problem, let's just make up surnames in the meantime. Say, based on the mask we woke up in? Fine. So I guess I'll call you Ox. Okay, Ox. Sure. And I'll call you Rat. Veto. What? I don't want to be called that. I don't want to be called Rat. Why not? Why not? Because rat is an insult. That's why not. It is. In these types of situations, being called a rat generally isn't a good thing, yes. Would you want to be called rat? Fair point, I suppose. Mouse then. I guess that'll do. I guess that'll have to do. Not what I would have gone with, though. What would you have gone with, Mouse? So, Ox, what's our plan of attack here? What's the protocol? I guess I'm not so sure there is a protocol for this sort of situation, but I think trying to figure out what's even going on would be a good starting point. Let's analyse the situation. What to talk about? Where were we taken? Are there any immediate dangers? Where are we? Or what are those on the table? Are there any immediate dangers? I'm not so sure about that. Although if I had to say something, this brings me to some concern. He gestured to his neck, which I now noticed boasted an incredibly dangerous looking metal contraption. Oh, what the hell is that? I don't know, but whatever it is, it's around your neck as well. Presumably, I can't actually see what's around mine. It is. Oh crap! You're probably right. Seriously, what the hell is that? Well, it just seems to connect to the bottom of our masks for one. See, there's these magnetic straps attached to which see there are these magnetic straps attached which seem to line up with the parts. He tapped on my neck brace. So what? These are just to help us wear masks? I highly doubt it. Seems excessive. I do agree though. I would be surprised if that were their only purpose. There's a variety of other uses that they might have. For instance, they might have microphones or speakers installed. Their purpose, they're probably some sort of tracking device embedded which gives away our location. And if I were to wager a bet, there's probably some way of remotely killing us with these. Okay, so he's listing off all the tropes. Remotely killing us? I started struggling with my with the necklace, seeing if I could pull it off. Hey, calm down. I don't think whoever put those on would be so kind as to let them be pulled off by force like that. Calm down. You know, for someone who claims to be in the same situation as me, you sure seem pretty chill about the possibility of your own death. Obviously, death is the worst case scenario, but that has no bearing on how I should act right now. Really, I'm just being logical. Okay, yes, someone being logical is useful in this situation, but too logical could be dangerous. How's this for logic? My neck plus death device equals not a good time. That equation add up to you? Do I add up for you? Look, if they really wanted us to kill us, our kidnappers could have done that at any time. So even if they can kill us, we should be safe for now. Not the most reassuring reason here there. We're not in the most reassuring of situations. Good point. Okay, so we talk about Modern. What are those on the table? I don't know. They appear to be tablets of some sort, but I don't know if they're related to our situation. Seriously? You think these are normally found in the classroom? Schools are modernizing with the times. Who's to say they won't employ tablets to help with their lesson plans? But look, there's a mouse and ox symbol drawn on them. Oh, that's certainly more compelling evidence. I grabbed one and tried to turn it. I grabbed one and tried to turn it on, but there was no response. Huh, it's not turning on. Maybe it needs batteries. I would think it's been modified in some way, and will only light up when necessary. Perhaps the kidnappers will use this to contact us. Are you sure? Wouldn't it be fine to let us turn it on to the home screen, and then text us the message or picture or whatever? I feel like hacking the tablet itself was unnecessary. Functionally, I'm sure there could have been more. Functionally, I'm sure there could have been a workaround. Perhaps this was done for aesthetic purposes. Seems like a lot of work just to make it look cooler. I think we're getting off topic here. Much of this debate is grounded in speculation anyways. What do we actually want to do with them? I'm not sure. For now at least, I'll hold on to the one with the mouse on the back of it, and you can hold on to the one with the ox on the back of it. Sound fair? Fine. That makes sense to me. Okay, okay. Where were we? Where are we, at least? This appears to be a school classroom of some sort. You said it was the same boat. Probably a science classroom of some sort, judging by the diagrams and textbooks lined up over there. I got that much genius. I'm asking what the hell that means. I'm not sure. We are very aggressive towards Ox, by the sounds of it. Taking us to a school certainly is an odd choice. Shouldn't there be kids here? It should be Tuesday, right? So we have a day. Today is Tuesday. So we were kidnapped on one day. I can't imagine this is an abandoned school. What with how well kept together the whole place is. What are you talking about? That's Thanksgiving break. Oh, it's Thanksgiving break. Of course there wouldn't be any kids here. Thanksgiving. Oh right, yes. Completely slipped my mind, that. I know Thanksgiving is not Christmas. But what sort of life are you living, where you don't even remember it? I remember Thanksgiving just fine. It just wasn't at the top of my mind right now. More to the point, I guess this means we're just in some school during the holiday. Which brings us back to the question of why the perpetrator would choose this sort of location. Judging by the height, we've got to be on the 3rd floor, is it? So we're not even close to the school's entrance. Oh, try opening the window. Why? To climb out, obviously. I mean, we don't have anything to climb out with, but maybe we can find something. Just do it. Fine. We tried to lift. No, that's a we. The font confused me a bit. No, it's a he. Yeah. He tried to lift open the window, but the frame just wasn't budging. It looks like it should be able to open, but it's not going anywhere. I guess it was glued shut or something. Damn it. I was hoping we could climb out of this mess. That would be the quickest death game ever. Just out the window. If you wanted to get out of here, you do realize the door over there is wide open, right? Oh please. You and I both know that if we walk out, if we walk out that door, there's no way things will be easy. Generally how it will go. Do you think if you banged on the window and waved out someone would notice? There doesn't seem to be anyone around this area. And even if there were, I doubt they'd notice us. And the last option, why were we taken? Why us specifically? I can't imagine we were kidnapped for no good reason. Do you have anyone who hates you? Any reason to suspect you'd be targeted like this? Was there any good reason that I'd been kidnapped? As much as I'd love to say I was the sort of adventurous girl to have made a dozen criminal enemies in my past, I couldn't think of a single thing even resembling a motive for my kidnapping. I don't know any secrets. I don't have any rich or powerful relatives, at least not to my knowledge. I haven't done anything that would leave someone cursing my name again, at least not to my knowledge. I was just a student almost out of law school. I was aiming to work as a defense attorney, so we're playing as female Phoenix Wright. Now, if I actually had become a defense attorney, well, then there might have been some motivation somewhere. But why target a student? No, there was no leads to be found down this line of thinking. Sorry, but I can't really think of anyone who'd have it out for me. Unless we're putting disgruntled law students on the suspect list, so we're revealing to Ox that we are in some way related to law students. That's revealing things about ourselves. It's not exactly the safest option. And we're not. Then yeah, I'm fresh out of ideas. What about you? You make any dangerous enemies? Unfortunately, yes. Okay. So, you might have a motive. At this point, I've probably made dozens, and none stand out to me. So I can't really use that as a merit to pin anything down. Dozens? Yes, well, it comes with the occupation. So what job do you have then? What's with that look? Ox, are you a mob boss? Are you a mob boss? What? No. How on earth did you get that sort of impression of me? I mean, you wear a suit, kind of clean. That's the exact sort of look a mob boss would have. Clean, in a fancy suit, which you are pulling off pretty nicely, I do admit. Well, how else would you get so many dangerous enemies at your age? It's true, you also look pretty young. You know what? Forget it. This is pointless to talk about. Even if we could pin down which one of us had even if we could pin down, or even if we could pin down which one would have it in for me, that doesn't explain why they'd also capture you. Unless, do you happen to know me? I don't know you so far. Now that he mentions it, he did look vaguely familiar. So we do know him. I couldn't place it well enough to say anything for certain. So we have met him somewhere, but we don't know where. So maybe I'm assuming it's going to be revealed at least by the end of the game, but I'm assuming it's going to be based on like a newspaper we've read or something. Were you in the news? Sorry, but I've got nothing. If there's something, some connection between us, I can't find it. In that case, it's best to assume that the abduction were semi-arbitrary. Arbitrary. Well, I don't know about you, but I've just about had it with standing around, acting as armchair detectives when we can just walk out the door. Okay, so he's motivating us to go. Okay, so Ox has enemies, and we do not, or we think we do not. We are a female law student. We have not even seen ourselves. Usually we have a portrait of ourselves to look at. The only ones who don't, I think the only visual novel sort of death game that I can think of where we do not see ourselves is Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. Okay. Who knows? Maybe it'll be simple and we can just leave. If only. Still, you're right. That doesn't seem to be much useful. There doesn't seem to be much useful in here. Let's get going. We prepared to leave the room, but before we could leave, an augmented, warped, demonic voice started speaking over the speakers. Ooh. Good morning, Rat. Good morning, Ox. How was your sleep? Okay. So this is, I think, green from the intro, but then again, wasn't it red who was saying all the things about Laplace's demon and such? Who is this? A message from the kidnappers, no doubt. I hope you got some rest. You'll need it for the upcoming races. Be prepared for the jury to face judgment. Okay. The hell? I suggest you listen to what I suggest you listen to what I have to say very carefully. Failure to comply with what I have to tell you will result in immediate disqualification, and trust me, that outcome would leave no one satisfied. How then? You should both promptly proceed to the starting line. In this case, that would be the cafeteria on the first floor. Right outside this room should be a staircase which will take you to the first floor, and from there it's simple. It's a simple right turn to get there. Oh, he's nice enough to give us directions. Thank you, Mr. Green. Before you leave, make sure each of you grab the tablet with your respective animals printed on it. Take good care of these, they will certainly be important. Oh, sorry, did I say that's. What did I say? Ooh. Hold on. I think if I press this button, it should. Okay. They will be critically important. That is all for now. Once again, do come quickly. The Jade Emperor eagerly awaits your arrival. Ooh. Okay. I think that's a good place to call it there. It's been 30 minutes exactly. So, hopefully, this goes well and I can continue doing these. See you all next time.